Over the last few weeks, Diet Coke has been vanishing from Indian refrigerators. On social media, Gen Z is treating this like a national crisis. The missing liquid is just a symptom of a hidden supply chain crisis. The physical aluminum packaging has become the bottleneck, leaving India with a severe shortage of empty cans. When a country of over 1 billion people runs out of soda cans, the logical assumption is that it simply lacks the natural resources or the manufacturing base to produce them. But the facts tell a different story. We are looking at a bizarre contradiction where an emerging economic superpower struggles to source one of the most basic pieces of modern packaging. Geologically, India is sitting on a bauxite gold mine. We have enough high-grade reserves right here in the ground to last for the next 350 years. We are the second largest aluminum producer on Earth, churning out 4 million metric tons a year with some of the most competitive labor rates globally. On paper, India is the Saudi Arabia of aluminum. Despite this massive domestic abundance, we actually rely on importing empty aluminum cans from countries like Sri Lanka and the United Arab Emirates. This shortage reveals an economic contradiction. The nation pulling the raw rock out of the earth is somehow unable to afford making a simple can out of it. To understand why, look at how the aluminum industry works. It's a 5-stage vertical pipeline from raw rock up to finished cans. Heavy lifting below generates only 25% margins, but at the top, value jumps 90 times. India absolutely dominates those grueling, low-margin bottom stages of refining and smelting the metal. However, we export a massive chunk of that cheap raw metal to places like the UAE, a country with zero bauxite. The UAE rolls it into finished sheets, adds incredible markups, and sends it right back to us as a finished product. We already have the raw materials and thousands of domestic small businesses completely ready to manufacture these goods. So why exactly are they locked out of this high-margin work? The answer lies in a government policy that was originally designed to protect our massive domestic aluminum producers. The government levies a 7.5% import tax on foreign raw aluminum. The goal is to make imported metal more expensive, so Indian factories buy their raw materials from local producers. This chart shows how the strategy backfires. Once foreign aluminum is hit with that tax, domestic producers look at the market and immediately raise their own prices to match that artificially inflated foreign cost. This is import parity pricing. A rule meant to shield Indian industry forces our own small can makers to pay bloated international-level premiums for metal pulled from their own backyard. Let's compare an Indian business to a South Korean factory. On the left, parity pricing forces bloated metal costs, pushing the can to 10.40 rupees. On the right, Korea uses untaxed global aluminum, dropping the final price to 9.77 rupees. These free trade agreements allow that finished Korean can to cross the border with 0% import duty, maintaining its clear price advantage over the domestic alternative. If you are Coca-Cola, the math makes your decision for you. Buying the cheaper foreign cans over 10 billion units saves the company roughly 630 crores. This combination of raw material taxes and finished good loopholes makes it impossible for the Indian manufacturer to compete. The Diet Coke shortage reflects a systemic feature found throughout Indian industry. We are hailed as the pharmacy of the world, yet we import 70% of our active pharmaceutical ingredients from China to make these medicines. We are a top producer of iron ore, but we still import specialty steel from abroad to build our own bullet train networks. This is the Diet Coke paradox. India acts as a low-margin quarry for the rest of the world, handing over the highest margin profits to foreign partners. The goal of a self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, requires acknowledging that simply digging rocks out of the ground does not equal economic independence. Achieving economic superpower status requires owning, protecting, and mastering the highest margin stages of the supply chain. Until tax policies allow domestic manufacturers to capture that value, India's natural wealth will continue to vanish overseas, one empty can at a time.